Hey friends, it's me, the Ebony Otaku, the well-rounded nerd. I don't know what this camera angle is. She's been doing some rearranging in the office today, which I actually might do a little office filming for part 4 of Look at My Office today, because I'm bringing in another piece of furniture. But her usual setup for the camera, she has put it away by accident. So, janky camera view will be fine. So, fun times have been had in this household. It was recently my first wedding anniversary in this nerdy household. If you've been following my channel for any amount of time, you know that my husband and I, we just enable each other's ridiculousness. It's great. It's great. It's great. He's still right now in the process of printing me a Titan. And he had wanted to have me a Titan printed by the time our anniversary came around. But it just, things get in the way, other projects. He's still printing it, and I'm super excited about that. But he ended up ordering me one Horus Heresy Titan anyway for our anniversary. So today we're actually going to look at just the nerdiness that ensued. On our anniversary. I actually ended up getting him a set of Ultramarine Terminators, but not so that he can play Ultramarines. Like, my husband plays Grots. He plays Orcs. He thinks they're funny, which they are in the Warhammer universe. That their models are very interesting looking. They're actually, some of them are quite adorable. He has a legion of Skelly Orcs. One second, I'm gonna go get one. You've got to see these. So yeah, I went and pulled some things off his shelf. But yeah, he plays orcs. I hope that wasn't attached to something. Oh my god, I just broke an arm off. It happens. I'll fix it. Actually, I'm not even sure that was my fault. But he does orcs and grots, and they're super adorable. So, but these are... Look at this. This is a skeleton orc. Oh my god, focus on it, not me. Let me make it focus here. There we go. That is... just I find them hilarious, and I think they're kind of cute, aren't they? Just yeah, they're kind of a I forget what white is under here, but then like the bone wash. Here's a big one riding a big skeleton creature that I don't know what actually is. I just love them. Aren't they great? But these are what he plays. He plays orcs, he plays grots, and all kinds of configurations. And of course, orcs and grots are green when, they're not skeletons. But here's what he's going to do with those Terminators. The orcs and grots in their lore, kit bash. What kit bashing is, field and pieces parts left over from war. They then turn them into what they need. So I think this was actually a little grot that has found some ultramarine armor on the battlefield. Is that not the best thing ever? So this is the kind of stuff he does. And then one more that actually he has. So if you read like the Gork and Mork novels or any of the little orc novels, they're funny reads. Anytime he's like laying in bed reading one, he's just over there cackling because they're just written funny. But this is the kind of ridiculousness that you get with the funnier, more playful Xenos of the Warhammer. Granted, in some of the novels, they're not funny and playful. But if you read just specifically the orc novels, this is the kind of stuff you're going to run into. And he just runs with it. I find them to be quite cute and hilarious myself. So, options. But I got him a set of Terminators specifically so he could kit bash them for his orcs and grots. So he's actually going to take the Terminator bodies, and they will be beautiful Ultramarines. Little bitty orchids where the Space Marine head should be. It will be hilarious. And then with the people that we actually, game with, he'll be able to bring those into a game. And plus, of course, OPR, you can bring any models that you want. One-page rules for the uninitiated. In corporate America, we have to teach people not to speak in acronyms, because you might know what them 3 letters mean, but everybody else doesn't. So I even have to remind myself, and I am a trainer by profession, like, speak in a way that people understand what you were saying. So I'll be honest, I kind of don't hate this camera angle. I don't hate it. It's kind of doing things for me. But yeah, that's what he paints. But, you know, she's strictly a Space Marine girly. The only reason I picked the Eldar when I was younger was I heard they were space elves. They're not as interesting as space elves, at least to me. I do like their flyers that I have for Aeronautica. Several videos back, I looked at those. But yeah, so that's what he does, so that we treated each other to just extra nerdity for our anniversary. And then we also, you know, our system of doing things is whenever our paychecks come in, we intentionally, out of our own checks, give one another spending money. It could all just go into one pot, but it feels good to give my husband, you know, thoughtless money, I guess we could call it, and vice versa. He does that for me. So if there's something that we want to buy that feeds our nerdy passions that, you know, we don't want to quote unquote budget for, that's what that money's for. And that's just, you know, I'm not gonna call that relationship advice, but that's something that we do, and it feels nice. I mean, I don't have another term for it, giving my husband money, and he likes giving me money, and then it's money we've agreed that buy whatever you want. And then stupidity ensues. But let me tell you about the sale rack at the nerd store. But more nerdy fun ensued on our anniversary weekend. So I bought something I didn't even know existed, and I still don't quite know what it is. But I wanted it when I saw it. So where we live, there are a lot of really great action figure stores and a lot of really great hobby stores. And each of them seems to have unique stuff for sale. And they have the one that we went to our anniversary weekend. We went camping, and then we'd run into town and just go, you know, do stuff. We went and saw Furiosa, which I loved, by the way. Went and, you know, just, you know, had a good nerdy time. Went and we did a 30K tournament, a Horse Heresy tournament, the weekend of our anniversary, because we're those kinds of dorks. It was so much fun. Someone actually complimented my Terminators, the purple that I got on them. So one of like the real players, because, you know, I was a beginner. I was at the beginner's table. Traders took the day. Anyway, but they actually said I could give lessons on how to do purple. And I was like, yee, thank you. And they actually had some Slanesh dice on sale. So I got some Slaneshi dice to match my Emperor's Children. But we went shopping as well. And stumbled upon something that I've looked at, but they were just like out regular for sale, and they were at a price. I was like, I don't want that for that price. But then we walked back past it, and my husband, being the enabler that he is, said, hey, babe, these are $10 now. You want to look at them? And I was like, I'll look at them. It's a pink Ava from Evangelion. First of all, look, I never read the manga for Evangelion, so for all I know, this is canon. And if it wasn't released in America, I have not seen it. I have not seen the latest Evangelion movie. I know was it like 1 or 2 years ago, one more came out. But I don't know, that interest ship has kind of sailed for me. I might go back and watch it. Maybe that's where this came from. But I promise you, in them original 26 episodes, I did not see a pink Ava. In Ava 00, 01, 02, or 03. I did not see any pink. But she obviously has a color preference in her life. So they got him down to $10. She needed a pink Ava. Now, if you are someone who has kept up with the Evangelion lore, I'm too lazy to go look it up. Where did these come from? I don't care. I'm not for or against them. It's a pink Evangelion. And it's not staying in the box. Look, see that? It's a put together. We're going to put them together. Now, this says it's a frame. Where is it? A frame set. So, it's the body of the Ava. But what we found was that there was a separate box for weapons. So, we have frame frame 2 here. And then there was a frame 3. I couldn't find the frame 2 weapon, so I might get on the interwebs and see if I can find them. But we did find the weapons set for this one, so I can make this one just look all kinds of amazing. That's gonna be fun. That's 2 videos. And then there is frame 4. So frame 2 and 4, I don't have the weapons for. I don't know if weapons are interchangeable or not. I'm gonna find out when I start putting these together. But these are gonna go in the same pile that my Gundams and Legos are in there, because she has so much stuff to put together. I really didn't need to buy something else to put together. But it's a pink Evangelion. What was I supposed to do? Now look, if you've never watched Evangelion, the original series, I did a thing on Berserk, so it'll be coming out around the time this video comes out. It's one damn anime. It's not bad. Like, it's some heavy subject matter. Dorohedoro, Akira, Evangelion, Berserk, they are good shows, but they go in, okay? Like, they go all the way in. And there's a lot of religious mythology in there. There is a lot of, there are a lot of traumatized kids. Like, kind of, like, I'm going to say these kids are more traumatized than the ones in Gundam. Okay? You know, that Iron-Blooded Orphan, it kind of goes in there. Like, we talking, like, we're talking about some, like, Grave of the Fireflies level here of trauma with some of these kids. So just be prepared. Like, Berserk, too. Like, Berserk is, like, it's fine for, like, 20 episodes, and then it's not. Basically, like the original series run. The new series, I think they just jumped all the way in the beginning. But just be prepared if you want to watch the show, the original show. Like, I liked it. It's good. It's great storytelling. I know that they re-released it on Netflix, and the original animator, I think, went back and made some corrections to the storyline. That he was like, you know what, this isn't what I wanted it to be. It could have been better. Let's do it this way. Which I respect it, you know. That's why pencils have erasers. That's why we have to give artists, you know, a little bit of grace. Because creating art is hard. Like, I love it. I used to love watching critics who were always just hyper focused on, look at the plot hole, look at this, look at that. Like, do you know how hard it is to write a story? I was a theater and English major. We had to take classes on how stories are constructed. I got books down here on how you develop plots and characters and all that kind of stuff. It's not easy. And to build not just a cohesive story, but a cohesive world and ecosystem that lives on its own, cut artists some slack. Just, that's not what this video was about, but can we cut artists some slack? Like, oh my God, the story wasn't perfect. And then you write it. Okay? You pony up your $50 billion and produce it the way you want. Oh, you don't have that? Well, then have several seats. Okay, she's done. Another bag of ridiculousness. We're building up to the big one. You know what the big one is. So Warhammer. So they had some free Transformers comics. Energon Universe. Oh my God, it's Gen 1. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? It's Gen 1. What I'm probably going to do is go through here and grab out images that I like and do some pops of color around the office. I haven't read comics, manga, comics, anything in ages. Well, oh my goodness, they got me. They got me. Look at Starscream. Look at classic Starscream. They got me, but this wasn't part of my haul. We were just walking out of the store, and I saw them. I was like, oh, how much do they cost? And my husband went back in and said, I got it for you. I was like, yay, how much? And he said, free. And I said, woo, best price ever. But we have a couple more ridiculous. Where'd one of them go? Where'd it go? Hold, please. I almost had a heart attack. One of my figures just fell out the bag under my chair wheel and I almost rolled over it. And for the amount of money that these figures cost, that would have made me cry. So I currently have 2 anime that are my modern favorites. Okay, well, really 3. But the seasons come out so far apart. I really do. I love Made in Abyss. That movie, though. And that whole thing about Faputa and where she came from. Yeah, that's another one. Woo! Like, the movie, like they do that Moe style to get you to watch it. They did that with Girls Last Tours as well. It looks so cute and adorable. And then you really get into it. And it's like, oh. But But it's a well told story. But I'm gonna just warn you. You see them cute little big eyed figures. You're like, oh, this is gonna be cute. Somebody in the Forest Spirit's another one. It's a real cute, sweet story. But like the background that's going on, it's just like, oh. Okay, just be aware. Like, look at me, parents. Just because it's animated don't make it for kids. Yeah, children, I'm ratting you out. Just because it's a cartoon does not make it for kids. And everyone's not prepared for everything, okay? So when they put the little warnings in the top right, I need you to pay attention so that you don't have a worse night than you plan to. Anywho, so my two current favorites, other than that one, are Chainsaw Man and Spy Family. They're fun shows. I like them. I think that Denji is adorable. And I find Power to be just so much fun. And you know what got me? Is when I watched it on a whim. I was just looking for something to watch. And the plot sounded so ridiculous. Like, chainsaw, man. He turns into a chainsaw. Okay. That's an artistic choice. So I go in and start watching it. And that opening bass line, bam, 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 bam. It slaps so hard. Way too hard to be the opening to a cartoon. That's what got me. And, you know, they're part of that meme, that dance meme. Anyhow. But yeah, so I picked up from SH Figure Arts. Power. Oh, look at the reflection back there. My window. But I love this particular creator of figures. They create some beautiful pieces. I have all of the Sailor Moon SH Figure Arts that they put out. I have every single one. If they did a Tuxedo Mask, I'll find him. I'm not really chuffed about it. He's not really something I care much about, but I do have every single Scout now. When I tell you, finding Sailor Neptune about did me in. But I actually found Sailor Saturn in a store. He took me to, this was several months ago, we went to a nerd store one weekend that I hadn't been to because they keep weird hours. And she was just sitting on the shelf, just staring me down. And I was like, Sailor Saturn is the hardest Scout of anything to find, Sailor Moonish. Doesn't matter what version of figure it is, she is so difficult to find. And she was just sitting there looking me in my eyeballs, and I was like, well, you're coming home with me. But they do other series as well. I'm not going to get all of them from Chainsaw Man. I particularly just enjoy Power as a character. Like, she takes no crap, she knows who she is, and she's just out living her best demon life. And I'm all for it. I'm also going to get Denji. Those are the characters I care most about. And Denji comes with Pochita. So, I gotta... Come here. Okay, we're gonna put it back. I'll be surprised that with me when I moved down here. When we were getting married, he got me that as a welcome to the house gift. I know I got me a good one, right? I'm nice to him too. She cooks. All right. She cooks, she cleans. I wake up before I even get to like doing my day. Like, I wake up early enough before work starts to, like, I do laundry, dishes, all that kind of stuff. Okay. All right. She's got a handle. I am just as nice to him as he is to me. And she bought him Terminators. The other one that I went out and got was Yor. So this is Yor not in her battle outfit. Like, Yor got two figures, but there was way less of her than the rest of them. So I'm starting with this one, but I am going to get all of Spy Family. I do have in the minifigs from Bandai Namco, or Bandai Namco. Okay, another sidebar. Can we quit getting on people for not pronouncing things correctly? Everyone says stuff in their native accent. I have traveled the entire planet, and it would sound so weird if I went to another country, we'll say Mexico, because I go to Mexico a lot, and they said my name without their accent. That's stupid. Like, oh, you didn't say anime right. Because anime is not a word in English. We're not going to say, hey, did you watch that anime yesterday? That sounds stupid. All right? That sounds dumb. You know, Bandai Namco is not how we talk here. And vice versa. If you say an American English word in another language, you're not going to suddenly switch to an American English accent. Can we just stop that BS? Like, you didn't say it right. Everyone has an accent. Everyone has an accent. All right? I'm Southern. I have a Southern accent. There's a way we say things. It's okay. Besides, half these words Okay, Bandai Namco, maybe not so much. But half these words that we're so upset with, they're made up anyway. All right. It's like, you didn't say Yoda right. It's Yoda. It's not Yoda. Not, it's made up anyway. All right. Second soapbox, stepping off. But anyway, I've got the Bandai Namco minis. I do actually have Dingy Power in those. Hold up. We're just come here, little Power. Have to move a couple of things. She's so cute. But this is Little Power. Isn't she great? So chibi version, big version. Like chibi's not a word here. Anyway, but that's kind of one you can't help but say, like, because it's, you know, it just is what it is. Anywho. But yeah, I love those. She's great. I do love they even got the little crosses in her eyes. Like they did it even. Oh, on this one where the eyes are smaller, they did it on her big old blood hammer. That is awesome. She has 1, 2, 3, 4 interchangeable faces and 1, 2, 3 weapons. This is also a cosplay that I'm working on. But you're not white. She's not real. So, I am on one today. This is going to be one of those videos where people either go, wow, man, you're just so enlightened and fun, or like, you're crazy, I'm never watching your channel again. And we all have our moment. Today's mine. So, but yeah, I really enjoy this. I just love her little horns that stick straight up out of her head. And then Yor is another one that I want to do. Her battle outfit, I can't wait to get the figure with that. They've also got Lloyd, Anya, and the dog Bond. They've got those. Those will be my next purchases. So Yor and her other outfit, and then, you know, the other family members. I'm actually finishing right now my little Anya 3D print, and I'm finishing a Yor, and then I will start on Lloyd. If you've seen Yor's battle outfit, my God, today it's beautiful, but she's got all these little pokey things sticking out, and then she's got her 2 little knives. The reason I haven't finished her, and I've had her for a year, honey, a year, is I got to the point where I had to start like doing the face and stuff and getting around her hands with the knives, and I bought it already put together, and I wish I hadn't. I wish I could have ordered it in pieces, because the little bits they just snap off, and then I got frustrated and just put it down. I was just like, but I'm going to finish them so that I can display them, because I also have a 3D print of Ashitaka and a 3D print of San that I want to do and get those out and displayed. So, but I'm very happy with this. But she's another cosplay that I want. I do want the red dress, and I want her little battle dress outfit as well. I love how they be having women kicking in evening gowns. Like, I'm here for it. Bryce Dallas Howard, you run in them heels. You do it. I know a girl who only wears high heels. Big ones, tall ones. She can run in them things. She can turn a cartwheel in them. Y'all seen that one girl? I can't remember. She's an influencer. But like the way she got like big was like she'd be embarrassing her husband turning flips in high heels and stuff in the store. Christy, now! Yeah, it's hilarious. We can run in, if you know how to walk in them and you got the right heel on, you can outrun a T-Rex. That is canon. But now, what we've all been waiting for. Bwah. Bwah. Bwah, bwah. Bwah, bwah. Do, 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 do. Bwah. My husband has to put up with this all day. So this is a Horus Heresy Legionis Imperialis. See, that's not, see these fake words. Legionis Imperialis. I'm not Italian. I'm not Latin. I don't have a Latin accent. Anyway, but this is from the Titan Legions, and this is a Warlord Battle Titan with the Plasma Annihilator and Plasma Claw. I saw a couple of these last weekend when we played, and I was like, But when we were heading out on our camping trip, he had gotten an Amazon package literally like that morning, and he threw it in the truck and was like, you can open that on our anniversary. And I was like, okay. I thought the trip was our anniversary present. That's when I ordered him the Ultramarine Titans. I was like, I didn't know we were buying gifts. I thought our gift was we're going camping and we're playing a thing. But he's such a nice guy. But He ordered, I don't know when he ordered this, but he said it took quite a while to come in. But I saw a couple of these put together, which I'll get some videos and stuff up soon around this, which they probably will be up by the time this video comes out. And they'll probably be shorts, but just, oh my goodness, beautiful artwork, beautiful paint jobs. What I am going to enjoy about putting this together, and I also even have my Titanicus box, which has 6 Titans in it, is there's a couple of games I can use this in, but just having those larger scale Warhammer models, just, the question is, what legion is this going to belong to? Because right now my husband is 3D printing me a bigger Titan, and the reason he's doing that is we just can't find it, but he is printing me the Titan that chased down Eisenhorn, that he called out Cherubal to bring down. I know, right? And that one's going to be huge. But here is an idea of what he will look like put together. I'm not going to open this box today. He's going to go sit with my Titanicus collection. I have so many things to paint and put together. But it's kind of nice because since I've finished a project, you look for the next project. Right now I'm finishing Anya and Yor. So there's always something else. You know, we work in paint time around house stuff and working out and all the other things that, you know, adults have to do to make life happen. But I feel very fortunate. I don't think I say that enough, that I have the life I do. So this is nerdy encouragement time. Do you need some nerdy encouragement? I'm here for you. Let's have some nerdy encouragement. So I said it before and I'll say it again. Everyone has a journey. You weren't there for their journey. You might be in the middle of yours. Yay. You're going to make it. You know, all of this is the culmination of a life. You know, everything you see did not happen overnight. Like, this is not like, oh, I won the lottery and just went out and lived my dreams. I've been collecting since I was a child, since I was like 8. Like, even when I was that young, I would sometimes get things and realize, like, put it in a corner and don't touch it. You know, I've been that way since I was a kid. Everyone's not like that. But, you know, what I enjoy now in living in a nerdy household, being, you know, the wife of someone who is equally as nerdy as I am and being the same kind of dork, you know, so we can enable each other's BS. That's goals. You know, we are aligned, not just in this stuff, which this is fun, but this is not how you build a life together. We are aligned philosophically. We are aligned morally. When we met one another, it just, the more we talked, we were just like, one of us is faking, because how can we be this simpatico? But we are. And my encouragement today is your match is out there. You might already be with your match. You know, I don't know if I subscribe to the idea of soulmates, that there's just one person out there for you, because y'all, there's like, what, 8 billion people on the planet? There's probably more than one person you can match with. Out of 8 billion, there's more than one. There's only a few personality archetypes out there. However, waiting for that right person is worth the wait. He's not my first relationship. She's not 25. Okay. All right. He's actually my second husband. I've been married once before. And I was young when I got married, young and dumb. I will never say a bad word about my ex-husband, because we were both 18 and stupid. Okay. And now we both good and grown. And I think he's done better with his life and I've done better with mine. And that's what should happen. I mean, it's 2024. Everybody gets a trial marriage now. All right. we all get a test marriage. But now at this age, we both knew exactly what we wanted. We're not at an age where we're going to grow up together. We're not, 20-somethings figuring out life. We figured out our lives before we met. And the lives that we had figured out fell into place together. So if you're in that in-between space in life, and which a lot of people who have these kind of hobbies tend to be in, it's okay to wait. I did a lot of this foolishness all by myself. You see, not that one. Y'all can't see the other Sailor Moon wall scroll, but I got a Sailor Moon wall scroll in here that I got at Disney World. Okay, the summer before I met my husband, literally like 8 weeks before I met him, I had taken my camper on a 10-day trip to Disney World. I drove from Nashville to Orlando, Florida, parked that camper at Fort Wilderness, and I had the time of my life. I saw Cirque du Soleil. I ate the most expensive shirashi bowl I've ever had. It was delicious. I rode everything. I had a policy of don't say no to myself. During that trip, I bought a Baby Yoda backpack, Star Wars earrings. I ate so much good food. It was a great time. And 8 weeks later, I met the man that was going to be my husband. But I was already living a really good life on my own. But it didn't start that way. I mean, one of these days I might give y'all a little bit of detail on my life. Not too much, just a little. But I had my struggle days. I had my bread and ramen days. Which, by the way, don't besmirch a bowl of ramen. You know, some ramen, some eggs, and some hot sauce. Mwah. That's a beautiful meal. Saved me many a time. But you will get through those days. I had my $12 an hour hoping I was going to make all the bills, get paid days. I had to work my way up in my company. You know, I've made it through, you know, the in corporate America, the constant, you know, in the back of your mind, is my job safe? And, you know, how am I going to make the car payment? I've made it through those days. You know, those days suck. They do. However, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Stay the course. Your nerdy match is out there. The dark days don't last forever. And for however long they last, I'm going to give you some permission that you don't know you need, but I'm going to give it to you anyway. Treat yourself once in a while to a little escapism. Go down to the used bookstore and get yourself a good novel to sink into. You know, go to the movies at matinee time and forget the world and watch some Furiosa and some ridiculous action and Chris Hemsworth live his best life playing Johnny Depp, playing Dementus. Go to the park and feed ducks, but feed them birdseed, not bread. Okay? You know, go take a walk in a state park where there's lakes and woods and trees. Go find ways to find happy moments, even if your life isn't as happy as it could be. Because especially in nerd culture, a lot of people, I'm not, obviously, she a whole extrovert. She a type A, hey, be my friend. That's me. But a lot of people who fit into these categories tend to be more introverted, more reclusive. My husband falls into that category. He has persons, not people. I have people. Everyone's my person, as far as I'm concerned. But find your people, you know. Find a group that you can play Magic the Gathering with. You know, if you don't have that, there's the online version. Find a group that you can D&D with. If you can't, there's online. You know, there are so many ways to connect with good peoples. And I cannot guarantee that your nerdy match is out there, but I can say that that's something that you greatly desire, and you want that nerdy awesomeness in your life where two nerds are just rocking their nerd life together. Wait for that right person at the right time, because when it's right, you don't have to make it work. It just works. And that's my nerdy inspiration for the day. A little bit different of a video today, but sometimes she just feels like rambling, and this were a rambling day. But thank you for sticking it out with me. I got a couple of things to do. I'm rearranging my office this afternoon. So many things to do. I got a couple of voiceovers that I need to do as well. So as always, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.